understand that we had to do it in COVID because there was a health risk. But I do not see any particularly good reason for us to allow it now. It seems to only be applicable to Senator Bato para makaboto si Senator Bato dahil nagtatago siya. Now, for someone who is actually a fugitive from justice, na hinahanap ng pulis, na hinahanap ng Interpol, at may arrest warrant galing sa ICC, palagay ko, hindi siya dapat mag-bumoto. Hanggat dumating siya dun sa Senado. Kung he's willing to take the risk like he did the last time, yung pag-usapan yun. Basta't nandyan siya. So, it has been the long-standing tradition of the Senate is that you are not physically present on the floor when a vote is taken, that you cannot in fact vote. Again, COVID gave us a different outlook in terms because we were concerned about health and safety at that point. We do not have those concerns now about health and safety.
Good day mga kababayan. I listened carefully to the President's statement regarding remote voting. And honestly, I think there is a bigger question that deserves discussion. Mr. President, with due respect po, parang may problema po ako sa logic ng statement ninyo. Kasi ang pinag-uusapan ng Senado ay remote voting at Senate procedure. Pero ang naging sentro ng inyong argumento ay si Senator Bato de la Rosa. At dito po ako napaisip. Sandali lang po. Magkaiba po ang dalawang issue na iyan. Ang unang issue ay may authority ba ang Senado na pag-usapan at amyendahan ang sarili nitong rules. Ang pangalawang issue ay ano ang legal status ni Senator Bato de la Rosa. Magkaibang usapin po iyan. Mr. President, if your argument is that Senator Bato is hiding, that he is a fugitive, that he is being sought by authorities, and that there is an ICC warrant against him, then respectfully po, hindi na Senate procedure ang pinakamalaking tanong dyan. Okay? The bigger question becomes, ano ang ginagawa ng executive branch? Because under Article 7, Section 17 of the Constitution, the President shall ensure that the laws are faithfully executed. Ibig sabihin po, ang executive branch ang may primary responsibility sa law enforcement. Kaya bilang ordinaryong Pilipino po, isang ordinaryong mamamayan, nagtataka po ako kung talagang naniniwala ang Malacanang na may taong dapat arestuhin. Bakit Senate rules ang pinag-uusapan? Bakit remote voting ang sentro ng diskusyon? Hindi ba dapat law enforcement ang pinag-uusapan? Hindi ba dapat jurisdiction ang pinag-uusapan? Hindi ba dapat constitutional authority ang pinag-uusapan? Kasi sa totoo lang po, Mr. President, kapag sinabi ninyo na may taong nagtatago at hinahanap ng batas, parang ang dating po sa publiko ay may problema sa enforcement. At kung may problema sa enforcement po, hindi po Senado ang unang dapat sisihin. Ang unang tanong po ay nasaan ang kapangyarihan ng executive? Nasaan ang enforcement mechanism? Nasaan ang jurisdictional basis? Because constitutional government is not built on headlines. It is built on authority, responsibility, and accountability. At isa pa po, hindi rin po sapat na sabihin no to remote voting because it benefits Bato. Respectfully po, that's not a constitutional argument. That is a political argument. Because laws and procedures should judge by their legality, not by who benefits from them. Kung unconstitutional ang remote voting po, ipakita po ang constitutional violation. Kung labag ito sa Senate rules, ipakita ang exact provision. Kung may procedural defect po, ipakita ang legal consequence. Pero kung ang pinaka-argumento ay dahil may isang senador na makikinabang, hindi na po natin dinedebate ang rule po. Ang dinedebate na po natin ay ang tao at magkaiba po iyon. Okay? Now, let's talk about biblical wisdom. Sa Matthew chapter 23, verse 23 to 24, Jesus rebuked the religious leaders of his time. Hindi dahil wala silang alam sa batas, hindi dahil kulang sila sa argumento, kundi dahil masyado silang nakatutok sa maliit na detalye habang nalilimutan ang mas mabibigat na usapin. Sabi ni Jesus po, you strain out a gnat but swallow a camel. Napakailalim po niyan. Sa madaling salita po, pinagtatalunan ang maliit na bagay habang hindi napapansin ang mas malalaking issue. At ito ang tanong ko po. Kung ang sentro ng usapan ay remote voting, pero ang argumento ay umiikot sa isang senador lamang, hindi ba natin nalilimutan ang mas malaking constitutional question? Kung ang buong debate po ay nauuwi sa personalities, hindi ba natin nalilimutan ang institutional question? Kung ang usapan po ay puro kung sino ang makikinabang, hindi ba natin nalilimutan kung ano talaga ang legal basis? Because good governance is not supposed to be personality-centered po. It should be principle-centered. At para sa akin, iyon ang paalala ng Matthew 23. Do not become so focused on the political personality that you lose sight of the constitutional principle. Do not become so focused on the optics that you forget the institution. And do not become so focused on the person that you stop examining the rule itself. Maraming salamat po.